Okay, so this tour will eventually be the northbound Clinton tour, also taken in the river, so it could be a little lengthy. I've decided to start here at what was, the end of the Miracle Mile. This used to be where Clinton ended, until recently the development went out another mile as a result of the casino. This is the Best Western Frontier Motor Inn. It was the very first hotel I ever worked at in 1988. Full service thing. I see they've taken down the private residence for the owners, and they've taken down an entire wing of the original hotel, which would have been immediately in front of us, as a matter of fact. Just a bank of, as I remember, like 8 small rooms that were the original motel back in the 40s. A lot of this is new development out here. There's a Walmart immediately in front of me, just off in the distance in the video. A couple of small strip malls that include a local cellular company and a Target store and a couple of area banks. Most of this actually was here probably in the very late 90s, or at least originated in the late 90s. The road in front of us at the traffic light is Comanche Avenue. We go straight through it, and we end up in the city of Comanche, a small little borough. But we're going to go left and north through Clinton, so we can see what we can see. Part of the way up, we're going to take Riverfront Drive and see what the river's looks like. And truthfully, I have yet to be, this is the last day of my trip here, and I have yet to actually go to Riverfront Drive and see what the river looks like. Just to our right is the Timber Motel. It used to be where I'd stay at because it was cost effective, but it's gone a little more ghetto than I would like. What we're approaching here is what was called the Miracle Mile. Way back in the early 70s, the next 1 mile stretch of road or so had a very quick development that included Kmart and a Target and several other businesses, many of which are now gone. Target's simply relocated, but Kmart is gone. The Kmart building is now occupied by the Home Depot. Approaching on our right is the Super 8, whereas on the left, the fanciest restaurant in town is the Village Inn. The old Target building has now become a Farm and Fleet. On the southbound trip, we saw the smokestacks that we are now seeing in the distance. Archer Daniel Midland Corporation. In a short distance, we're going to see where the road splits and we stop being a two-way road and we start being a one-way road. When we enter the runway road, we're actually going on Liberty Avenue, but only for a couple of miles. Liberty is actually a new development. They've split Comanche Avenue so that for a period of about 3 miles, it's 2 one-way roads going a separate direction. This is actually a new development from my last visit a year and a half ago. we've now split from Comanche Avenue and gone on to Liberty. Comanche Avenue on the southbound side was the original two-way road, just continuing up. As you can see to our right, there are more plants. Not exactly a beautiful view. But they did, in doing this, create a good commercial real estate location in the median, separating Liberty from Comanche Avenue. There's a lot of barren land off to my left. As you can see, it's a bit of an overcast, rainy day. I woke up to the rain this morning, and it's just been a pleasant, chilly, no snow, little damp kind of day. Which is okay. We're about to reconverge with the original Comanche Avenue. And that iron work you see in the left side of the screen is their city welcome effort. They're putting up a concrete welcome sign and a paddle wheel. Not the full paddle boat, just the wheel. The building off to my right is the old train depot. It hasn't been in service since my early childhood. Late 60s, I suppose. We're about to cross into downtown Clinton. Immediately to my left, there's a big gray building. It's the city library. The downtown Clinton area goes up for another, I think, about 4 blocks. We're currently on 3rd Avenue, so we'll just speed through downtown quick enough here, and we're going to get over to 2nd Avenue to get 1 block closer to the river. The river is to our right, about 4 blocks. So we're now northbound on 3rd Street. 3rd Street goes all the way to Lyons, that area of Clinton where I entered in the first place. And it is a one-way, most of the entire distance, I believe. However, 5th Avenue is the next traffic light. It's the old downtown as I remember it in the classical sense in my childhood. Everybody busybodying and doing things. It's now not so busybody. As you can see, for the ample available free parking that nobody takes use of. There's not much left down here. There's a shoe store. Yeah, a lot of closed businesses. A chiropractor. Yeah, pretty much all of this stuff is closed. Oh, there's Wagner's Pharmacy off to my left. And that would be the original downtown Clinton. Immediately in front of us, you can see where the road splits for a moment. We're crossing First Avenue and we're heading to the Riverfront Drive. We're going to take a look at the Miss Slimy. When I was a teenager, this used to be exceptionally popular. There's parking available on both sides of the road, and really it's just a single lane, both northbound and southbound. It used to be a popular place for the kids to hang out, play music, drink beer, get in trouble, talk, meet, and do whatever you do. It's not so popular anymore. Off in the far right distance here, you see the out-of-service blue and white light tower, and behind it is the rhododendron, early 20th century showboat, which has now been landlocked and converted into a community theater. This also used to be the location where the riverboat was, up until about 2 years ago, for gambling, the Mississippi Belle. But the Mississippi Belle was sold, and the land casino went in place at the other end of town. The downside to that whole motion of the casino is that the original riverboat casino concept was supposed to make this a very commercially viable, vibrant part of Clinton, and it didn't quite pan out that way. Riverboat made plenty of money. We're about to get off of the Riverview Drive, get back onto 2nd Street. And that, unfortunately, ends our drive of Riverview. Northbound on 2nd, we can see that there's a small little divot of business here. Chinese restaurant that's been there since God created dirt. And the Plaza Bowl bowling alley where Dave Geltz works. The Jewel Osco, not exactly an upscale grocery shopping experience. The next traffic light is the North End Lions Bridge. Earlier in the video, we actually crossed the South End Bridge when we were with the City Library at that traffic light. I simply forgot to reference it. The bridge is immediately to our right. Now we've entered Lyons. The second city that makes up Clinton. Lyons and Clinton were separate communities at one point, and Lyons was annexed into Clinton. We're back into Lyons. My stomping grounds would have been Main Avenue, mostly because Mom's Bar was on Main Avenue twice. Immediately in front of us here, we're at Foursquare Park. The children's library is immediately to my right, and there is a band shell that we can see off to the distance here on the right. There are two similar little quads that make up the four squares. Once a year, that little Foursquare Park makes up Art in the Park. This was the biggest dealership in the city. It's gone now. We're approaching the Clinton boat dock. Drive right into the river if I wanted to, but I don't think I will. Nice piece of ice just floating down the river there. I don't think the camera would catch that, but spent a lot of time here. Back onto Main Avenue. At the next intersection on our right is Mom's Old Bar at 84 Main Avenue. It's now Gloria's Grooming. On the corner immediately in front of us is John's Jewelry, the only real jewelry store left in Clinton. And we're back to Lyons Manor on the far right. That was where Vern lived. And I'm going to stop into Quick Start and get myself a cup of coffee, followed by the last tour of the trip, and then off to my closing visits, as this is the last day of my Clinton visit.